What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another comic video. I know last time I did a little video on some sales that I did on eBay with some slabs, and I got a couple more. One of them I think is a pretty good lesson on submitting and trying to catch the wave on sales, or catch the wave on the hype, right? Make sure you get maximized value. Anyway, I actually sold these two books right here. Hulk number 16, the first full appearance of Red She-Hulk, and the Falcon and Winter Soldier number 1. This came out last year, actually 2 years now, 2020, I think February, in anticipation of the show. But let's just go over the Hulk number 16. This is a 9.8 white pages. I got this from a larger lot I got months and months ago, where it was like a full run of the Hulk series, like 1 through 56 or something like that. And they were all pretty high grade. The number 1 in there only came back in 9.4, but you know, there are a few more of other books that are in the queue at CGC. This one actually already came back and is a 9.8. But when I split it all up, the cost for me is $43.55. You can see, and the final sale is $160, and the 90-day average is $128. You can see it's kind of like in a downward trend, but and with a net profit of $92.94. That's minus all my costs, the cost of pressing, cleaning, the cost of the book, sending it to CGC, shipping, insurance, whatever you want to, all that stuff. So for an ROI of 213%, 213.41%, a book like this is probably, maybe I have sold it a little too soon. Who knows? Because this is one of those characters that could be primed for later on in the MCU. But you know, nonetheless, I only spent $43.55 on it. Was able to sell it for a lot. Actually, this was listed as $180, and there was a best offer for $160. I just took it, and then I'll move on to something else. But this one, we'll see where this one goes down the line, right? Because you never know what they're going to do in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Okay, now this next one here, Falcon Winter Soldier. A little backstory on this. When the show was coming out, in March, I think, the book came out, and everybody was kind of like hyped and getting this right away, and sending it in, getting it graded, and this was like one of the hot trending books. And I definitely hit that FOMO on there. I mean, not really, because I did get it like off the shelf from when it was released. However, it took me a while to get it. So this came out in 2020, and actually all the stuff came out in 2021, but we already knew that the show was coming in 2021, so people are already submitting this. But I just kind of lagged on it. I actually got it a little bit later on as a kind of like a back issue on the, some stores have a backlog of their issues. So when it's like issue 5, it's like 5 months back, and they'll still issue 1. So I got it off the rack there. But you can see here, this sold for $45 with a 90-day average of $36. My cost is $36.05 with a net profit of $138 for a 3.82% ROI. So it's a wash. However, what I wanted to talk about was, if you know that something down the line is going to come, you got to get this as soon as possible out to grade, because this is also like right before the CGC glut and the backlog of their stuff. And this was just waiting, and then it took a long time for it to get to me, and by the time I got it, the wave had already passed. So I think at the peak, I think I missed it by just a couple weeks, but by the time I got it back, it was already trending under $60, but the peak of it was over $100. So I would have made a lot more had I turned it in sooner. But also, you also got to plan out farther ahead, because this is also when I was getting it pressed and cleaned. the backlog on my pressing guy was about 5 weeks as opposed to 2 weeks. So that pushed it back another 3 weeks. And then by the time I sent it into CGC, the backlog of that pushed it back to like 115 days, 120 days. So that took even longer as opposed to, 60 to 80, 90 days. So all of that combined, it got pushed back 3 or 4 months. And then by the time I get it back, I just missed the wave by a couple weeks, and then it was already at $60. So I had put this up for $59.99, and then I just dropped it to $49.99, and then best offer sold it for $45 now. Because I don't know if they're going to do a season 2, but nonetheless, if they do a team up, maybe this will go up, maybe not. But this is kind of like a one shot kind of. It's not really like a ongoing series, and it's not really a key. It's just a #1 issue with both of them on the cover. But a book like this, when they're really hot right off the bat, when you start seeing it heat up, that's when you gotta send it in, and hopefully you get it back at the same time most people get it back, so that you can catch that wave. Because unless they're sending it in walkthrough or express, which is I think that's not very smart, because the value is not going to be there if you're going to pay like $75 to $100 to get it graded faster. You're going to sell it for like 100, 115. That's like nothing. So you might as well wait that, 3, 4, 5 months, pay like the $25 or whatever, and then just wait then. But I think that's a lesson on when to calculate how far ahead you have to send it out. Especially it's a book like this where it's not, especially if it's a new book. Let's say it's a new book, something's coming out, and then I guess the perfect example would be the War of the Bounty Hunters. As soon as issue 1 came out, the War of the Bounty Hunters, the War #1 should have already been shipped out that same day, because that the Boba Fett show is coming a few months later, and you want to be able to have it already graded 9.8 so that when it hits the market, it's going to catch that wave where it's going to be, close to $100, so you make some money there. But anyway, just wanted to talk about these 2 books. I also do have 2 other books that I'm sending out to Comic Link for auctions in March. This is the first time I'm going to be using Comic Link to sell my slab stuff, and I know that they're really good. I already signed the contract and everything, but it's going to be in March. I think the first week of March. So the first book that's being sent out is this Marvel Premiere #10, first appearance of Shuma Gorath. The movie doesn't come out until May, so that gives time for this to grow a little bit more, and I'll move on from there, because I don't know if Shuma will be that big. But it is 8.0 off white pages, so it's a pretty high grade for a book like that. It's pretty hot right now. And then the other one, and you guys saw this in the previous video, is the amazing Savage She-Hulk #1, 9.8 white pages, direct edition. This one is really hot right now. It's over $1,000. There's a lot of copies out there, but I think by the time I send it in March, it should still hold, because we don't know when the actual show's coming out. Hopefully, maybe it comes out by then, maybe a month after that, who knows. But I'm gonna try out Comic Link, see how it goes. Their fees, I think, are just 10%. And what's the cool thing is I send it to them, and then they handle the shipping on their end, which is kind of cool, because I don't have to worry about that on my end for eBay. And like if I did an eBay, you'd have to handle all the troubleshooting, but they do now. You just send it to them and they handle it. So we'll see how that goes. We'll check back in March, see what it sells for, and hopefully it does well. So all right, that's what I got. Just wanted to share a couple sales and future auctions I'll be putting up through Comic Link. And hopefully if I have better stuff, I can put it on Heritage at some point, right? Because I think they take more, but also you kind of want like the higher level stuff there. All right, well that's it. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about Comic Link, Heritage, or eBay, which is pros and cons. All right, well, that's what I got. Thanks for watching. Till next time. See ya.